Hey, Kimball here, back again with another replay analysis, this time with Evion. Doing some 1v1s. I believe we're in the gold ranks. Um, in this video, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in the actual replay itself. I've got some stuff for you to work on in like free play that I think is really going to help you in terms of like mechanics. I do want to point something out though about like kickoffs. Definitely look into improving your kickoff because you're not making really great contact with the ball. I mean, both you guys are kind of doing the same thing here, but ideally you want your nose on the ball. You know, not the top of your car, because like what's going to happen is like the ball just, you know, kind of floats out to an unpredictable spot when it's on the top of your car. So try to get your nose on it, and let me see if I can show you something here. So I noticed it on like throughout the video, and I'm just gonna mention it here this one time before, you know, I really get into the game. But making good like square contact, be in the center of the ball, is really important on kickoffs, especially in ones, because if you don't and they do, they're gonna win. So try to get your nose on the center of the ball, and by center of the ball I mean like squarely in between your opponent and your net. So just kind of think of it in that way, especially in ones. Like I've said it before, but you don't always need to win a kickoff, especially like in the gold ranks. You kind of just need to not lose it, and you lost it on that one, which resulted in the ball kind of coming to your side of the field right away, which in ones is, you know, not ideal, especially after kickoff. But you recovered really well, and you know, you had a pretty unpredictable hit to their side, to the other side of the field, when your opponent was waiting for it. On this, and this is another thing that I had just kind of jotted down, is that you know, overall you do a pretty good job about keeping like pressure in possession, but look for opportunities to dribble. Like on this, you just kind of, maybe you thought you were going to get a pinch and it was going to go further than that, but you kind of just gave it to him, and you're put into a position where you're kind of jetting back to your goal to you know, stop any kind of pressure that he might have had. But luckily he doesn't do a great job of you know, mounting any particular amount of offense, and you get a couple bumps and get it out of your end. But look for those opportunities to keep like possession. This, I have something to work on in free play in this. Sending it up their wall, you should not just be jumping off without a plan for either scoring or recovery. You kind of just float. If you would have had a better clear like to the center of the field, you kind of would have been screwed. And I know for me, I would have sent that straight down the middle and jetted after it and boomed it into your net, but he didn't. So I'll help you work on something in free play after this. Good job just beating him to the ball. Like, you do a good job of pressuring, so that's something you're already doing well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that first hit really, or maybe it was the second hit for you. So this is an opportunity to dribble too, and it's something I'll work on with you in free play. But you kind of just boom the ball into him, and it makes for a very easy save. This, look up like the volley or half volley shots in Rocket League. This is a really kind of awkward hit, and you know, maybe awkward stuff works for you, but just kind of seemed, I don't know, a bit out of place. Like, you could have had a better shot on that with more power, and so I'm going to help you work on something in that in free play. Opponent couldn't hit an open net, so that's always good. Nice job not jumping off the wall here. You know, you realize that he's just in goal, and you can, you know, mount an attack, which is good. He's not pressuring you at all. He's literally just sitting there. But you kind of botched the dribble. Maybe you overthought it. I don't know. Work on dribbling in free play though. It just dribble the ball around, you know, have a plan and send it in different directions and try to steer it to a corner and back to the other corner, that kind of stuff. This is something that I'm gonna show you in free play too. Just drifting. Like, implement drifting into your game. It's gonna help so much. Like, you could have turned this around so much faster. Kind of took your time, which is good. You know, playing cautious is good, but a faster opponent might have, you know, been able to interfere with you a little better than he did there. But you got a goal. It's good. Again, like the kickoff thing, I'm not gonna mention it too many more times, but you should be getting your nose on the ball. Especially if they're like, if the other guy is using like the bottom of his car or the top of his car and you're getting your nose on the ball, like, you're gonna win. That's something we can work on in free play. It's just unfortunate. Kind of avoidable here. Definitely avoidable. There's a shot that I know as the Doommsee dish. I know other people don't know it as that or have called it other things, but getting off a shot on your opponent's, you know, back wall / backboard can be really beneficial, and I find it really easy to recover from. I'll show you how to do that, and I actually put together a trainer pack for it, so I can drop the trainer pack into the description so you can work on that, because it looks like you've gone for them like twice. You might just need to dial in the mechanic there. Better kickoff. That's what I mean about getting your nose on it, you know. Really weak shot here though. Like a really weak shot. You should be getting much more power on that. That was a pretty easy save, but he's just panicking. But you got a goal. And you're up by 1. Horrible kickoff. But he's not there to punish you for it, which is good. It's a bit awkward there, but it worked. He's just playing really passive. This is a great opportunity for a power shot too. Like, get your nose on the ball, like especially with the Octane, the like corners of your car, like the corner of the front of the car are really powerful. I mean, maybe not quite as powerful as like a Dominus or something, but you can surely get more power on the ball than you did on that. But it worked out. You recovered well. And you're up by 2. Better kickoff. Your opponent had a better kickoff too. Be careful going for the corner boost. Because someone who has boost left over will jet to that, you know, mid boost and potentially beat you to your net and score. Sometimes after kickoff, ooh, lag. Sometimes after kickoff, I like to just grab the couple pads that are right in front of my net in ones. Because that usually is enough to defend. You know, even like 14, 24 boosts is more than enough to defend. This should have been an easy goal for you. So work on putting those easy shots in. Yeah. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I think, yeah, I mean, just making those easy shots, like, you've had a little bit of time here even, because, you know, he's recovering. He's stuck on the wall. And probably out of boost. That sucks. Weird kickoff. Like, I think the worst thing you can do, like the worst thing you can possibly do on kickoffs is to like drive under the ball. You see that? Even if he hits it with the top of his car, which he does, and you're not even square on the ball, like, and driving under the ball, ooh, it's like a triple threat. You don't want to do that. So try not to. Ooh, 2 easy goals you gave up, which is really unfortunate. Easy shots, better kickoffs would have won you this game alone. Nice defense. He's gonna grab mid boost. That sucks. Like, you had time here. You don't really need to panic too much. Yeah, he went all the way back to his net. He's just chilling there, getting ready for you. So that's kind of the thing, is that like if you give your opponent space, even if you're on offense, if you give them space and time to recover, they will, and they'll be able to, you know, better defend, which kind of is what happened there. And you kind of put on some weak offense. Didn't really work out. That was risky. I might have just gone to the net myself here. But I'm in the diamonds and ones, and people make those shots, so maybe not in goals. Risky flying for that in ones. Again, like if your opponent would have made just a square clear down the middle, which I know I would have, that would have been a goal. Like that hit would have just gone in for me. So just be careful about, you know, jumping off the walls. I think you know, because you've shown restraint like elsewhere. Not great. If you, it looks like you're kind of trying to bounce dribble. The ball's just moving too fast. Bounce dribbling's great too, because it allows you to get some powerful shots, but it's good because your opponent can't make an open net. Kind of an awkward half flip. When you're this close to the ball, a half flip is never going to work. Like, you're always going to land on the ball like that. So I like your idea. It's just, you know that you need a little bit more space than that to complete your half flip so you don't just land on the ball. And we're going to overtime. Yeah, kick off again. You know, he was using the top of his car. If you would have got your nose on it, you would have won that. Looks like you were trying to bounce dribble again, but just didn't quite work out. Oh, I would have been more on defense here, myself. Like, waiting for his hit. Yeah, because if you just would have stood back and he was aerialing at the ball like that, he would have had to recover and you would have had an open net. But that's I guess, playstyle preference. That's silly. You know, going into defense mode is something that you need to be able to do. I think that was on post, even. You know, and just unfortunate there. So yeah, rough game. Conflictify definitely came back. Conflictify definitely came back and, you know, capitalized on some mistakes that you were making. I don't know if it was because of confidence or from some other reason. But I mean, kickoffs and easy shots would have won you that game. So let's go into free play. I got a couple things I want to point out. One is just half flipping. Mason RL90 actually has a really good half flip tutorial, and I use kind of his method. So I have, you know, normal air roll on L1 on my controller. So I can air roll either direction with L1. But I also have air roll left bound to clicking my left stick. And this is just personal preference for some people, but basically that allows me to like air roll just by clicking my left stick, which is pretty handy. Because, you know, when you're half flipping, I just hold down and then click my button, my left stick button. and I got my half flip like that. So Mason has a really good tutorial for half flipping. I'm gonna drop that in because it seems like you need to work on that a bit. Because it looks like you're trying to do it, you're just not quite, you know, getting it right. A couple times I saw you kind of just go like that and, you know, end up sideways. But you should be, you know, turning your car around. That's the whole kind of point of it. Yeah, I got the ball. So yeah, I'll drop that link into the description. You can work on that. You don't have to bind your keys like how he recommends. Whatever works for you is good. But something to work on there. So the first thing, like, to warm up or just to practice is drifting. So let me show you how, like, you can work on your drifting, because it seems like in a couple situations you could have benefit from it. So just drive into the ball, not going too fast, and boost around it and turn into it with drift, because you can get like really nice, you know, hits off of that. So just like this, boost, drift, and automatically the ball is bouncing, which can help you with your, you know, bounce dribbles. I'm gonna let that replay. So one more time, just nudge the ball, boost around it, drift, catch it, and then just try to keep the ball bouncing for your bounce dribble practice. I'll do it one more time. No, that didn't quite work. It's a little close to the net here. And you can even do this, like, just go back and forth. Because in ones, you use this skill a lot, like, you know, running and turning around and getting to the ball. You do this a lot in ones, and if you really perfect that, it'll help you so much. You know, gaining control of the ball, just drifting. Because once you start doing this, like, it'll open up all kinds of like doors for being able to get to the ball quicker and to make better contact with the ball, like in a you know, faster manner. So work on that, drifting and like your bounce dribbles. What else do I have here? Okay, volley hits. So your hits weren't very powerful. I'm gonna reset the ball. And one way that you can get really powerful hits is to volley the ball, or like it's called a half volley or volley. Basically it just means hitting the ball on its like upwards trajectory. So like once the ball bounces, let's see if I can get it to come off the wall. Not really. Once the ball bounces, if you can hit it as it's going back up, you'll get like so much more power on it. You know, you'll get that nice trail on it. See that? Like, try to practice like hitting the ball as it's like, you know, bouncing up. Kind of stuck on the walls here. Here we go. Does it work? Bouncing up. You see that? Like, this will be good. As it's bouncing up. Like, look at the power on that. That definitely comes in handy with being able to like get shots off. It works really well with like bounce dribbling too, you know. You can practice this just by going like this and boom. So just chip the ball and then catch it as it's bouncing up. One more time. And try to like mess with different placements, you know, getting the ball into like different parts of the net. You know, try to point your shots if you can. Well, that was kind of poor, but it went in. So like getting lots of power on your shots will definitely help them be, you know, stronger and harder to save. And it works well with like bounce dribbles too. So that was almost like, you know, upper corner. And then like the next thing that I had was like your bounce dribbles. Part of like, you know, being able to bounce dribble is to, you know, catch the ball at the opportune moment to keep it bouncing. And really you can do that by just like kind of chipping the ball. And it's hard to do it like when the ball is going too fast. So like your first touch on the ball is really, really important. It's not gonna work. Oh, there it is. So what I like to do is just like practice this in like free play. You don't even need to be going too fast. Just try to keep the ball bouncing. You can chip it like from the sides, you know. Try to keep it like from not going into the net, ironically, but like try to get it to the opposite. Like I'll try to get it to the, it's better if you do like this. So go into a corner and then try to get it to the other corner, the like far diagonal corner. I kind of fucked it up there. It's like a really fun exercise. Diagonal corner. See? Try that. It's like, it's actually really like kind of fun. Just make a good first hit. And of course, like being able to bounce dribble will help you like be able to get the ball on top of your car, and like, you know, bounce dribbling is a like key component to like being able to like air dribble off the ground. Sometimes to practice air dribbling, I'll just kind of like that in free play over and over. That wasn't a very good example, but you don't really need to worry about air dribbling, I think, at this point, definitely. But practice this, you know, bounce dribbles. The next thing, the last thing that I had is, oh, where'd it go? Okay. Well, I didn't save it, so that might be why. Grab something real quick. Doommsee dish practice. So this is a trainer that I made that is actually really, really helpful, because being able to shoot off your opponent's backboard is often really unexpected. So being able to like put the ball in off of their wall is pretty damn handy, and you can recover really well. Like, look at that, I'm already on my way. And this trainer, that was actually horrible. It includes, you know, a shot that's already set up for you, as well as one that like you have to set up yourself, which is a little more realistic. It doesn't always work out, but being able to nail these in matches definitely like can help you. So try this trainer out. It's really difficult. But once you get the hang of it, it's like really, really handy. That one wasn't powerful enough. The first shot's good for like showing you kind of how hard it needs to be. But being able to score off that wall is so clutch. So give this a shot. Yeah, I think other than that, like kickoffs, oops. How do I guess I gotta just leave. Your kickoffs, get the center of the ball, like, you know, ideally you should be able to get the center of the ball, like from wherever you're doing kickoffs from. This actually isn't very good. I'll do a private match. All right, so you're looks like you're like kind of going for fast kickoffs where you're, you know, flipping, but hit the ball like in the center with your nose. So for this, like, you would flip twice right in the center of the ball. You see that? Yeah, this is the same kickoff, but like not the you know, not the roof of the car, not the underside of the car, but like your nose right in the center of the ball. I'll do one more. Hopefully it's diagonal. Yeah, here we go. And I saw you kind of doing like the flip one on this too, but center of the ball with your nose, like if you can. Because if they're like hitting the ball with, you know, the roof of their car, it's gonna be much more powerful for you to be able to hit the ball with your nose, because you're gonna win that kickoff every time. So yeah, give that a shot. I think that was pretty much all the tips that I had. Better kickoffs, better power shots, you know, working on your half flips, make those easy shots if you can. Implementing drift is going to be really beneficial for you. Again, just like boom, just like that. Because you know, getting it to the ball faster and being able to turn around and do things quicker is really going to be able to throw your teammate off and make them respect you, or your opponent off and make them respect you a little more. And that Doommsee dish. So I think that was pretty much everything. Happy to answer any other questions that you might have. I hope this replay is useful for you. Sorry it took so long. There's, you know, quite a few replays to go through, and there's only a few coaches, so we try our best. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and hopefully this helps you, you know, improve your game. I'll see you online later, man. Bye.